Recording in progress. Oh, are we doing all from the beginning?
In the Pop Culture Cupid podcast, we talk about how pop culture influences our expectations in relationships. I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
Healthy communication. I'm Michelle. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self-relationship. We bring some juicy stories from our own love lives and dating, and it gets pretty interesting. Be focused, we're gonna be to the point, and no digressing.
Self-awareness. Follow, share, subscribe, enjoy.
And like and comment.
If it's shockingly bad, we just re-record another one.
Yeah. No, I think there's some good stuff that you can just nitpick. Hi everyone, Michal from the future over here. I just wanted to pop in and let you know that this episode that you're about to listen to was recorded a while back. So we are chopping it up into shorter episodes to make it easier for you to listen to and follow along with us. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and make sure to like, follow, subscribe wherever you are, and also comment what bad dating advice you have received and whether you listened to it or what you did instead. Bye.
Something that I'm curious about, another piece of fun dating advice that I'm curious to hear what you think, is that a lot of times people have told me that you shouldn't talk about this on the first date and don't talk about that. You should wait X amount of dates before you bring this up. And I'm like, why should there be a timeline to what? I feel like I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to have to wait an X amount of dates till he discovers this about me or something that I want and he may not want, and then we're wasting time and emotion and energy and money. So I'm like, if it comes up on the first date, then it comes up on the first date, and maybe certain things should come up as soon as possible. Like, put all the cards on the table, because especially when you're in your 30s already and you're not wanting to just date around just for the sake of dating around, you want to get to the point. You want to. So, like, for example, my first date, like it sort of happened naturally, but I knew that I wanted to bring it up like right away, so we don't, get into something when we both don't want the same things. Like I said, I don't want to have kids at all. Like, that's not me. And he also doesn't want to, thankfully. But imagine if he did. And then I didn't say it in the first date, and then we waited 5 dates until I finally bring it up, because a certain person told me, oh, wait, you don't want to scare him away with that piece of information. And then sort of that time comes around, and then he's sort of, wait, but I want kids, and this is not going to work. So, yeah.
I think it's not black and white. I think there are nuances, but you said it quite well in the, if it comes up, it comes up. But with kids, I think kids is the one thing that you want to be sure about as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I want kids. Oh, I want a kid at one point, and on my first date with Justin Timberlake, I for some reason didn't know that he had a child who was 2.5 at the time. I don't know. That kind of escaped, like that information ran away from me. And then he just told me about his kid, and I said, whoa, wait, you have a kid? And he said, yeah, I thought you knew. And I said, no, I didn't know. And so my mind was racing, like, how do I feel about this? And just needed to catch up. And then I said, I feel you need to know that I want kids. I don't want kids now. I don't want to, I'm not pressuring you into anything, but people who have kids may not want more kids. And so I said it on the first day. It came up, and I said, I need to talk about this. And I also feel that when you are sure about something as big as kids, like, you're not going to compromise on having kids. It's just, you're not going to have harm.
It's impossible.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, I want a kid, let's adopt a cat or a dog. It's just, so no, you want to, I think you want to say it as soon as possible. I think when you're 18, you want to give yourself some time of just really thinking about it. But when you get to 30 is still young, but you still kind of, you have come out of school, you've been working, your mindset is a bit different. And when you're 18, you're thinking about having kids when you're 30. When you're 30, you're
Yeah.
thinking about having kids kind of about now. So you want to be
Yeah.
so I think kids is the thing. You want to just talk about it like off the bat. I know what I want. Because usually when you're in your 30s and above, like things are clear. And if things are not clear, then that's fine. But make sure that you are ready to assume the consequences. That has to be that. So with kids, it's the great example. I think the advice of you don't want to tell him that and scare him off. Well, if you're sure that you don't want kids and he's sure that he wants kids, and you're 5 dates in, 10 dates in, and feelings are like kind of coming up,
Yeah.
it's just chaotic. With all of the rest of, I was married and now I'm divorced, or I had this disease or this whatever and things like that. People talk about having AIDS or, everything else that's not this having kids, then if it comes up, it comes up. And
Yeah.
it's the thing in the first date that if you're with somebody who can't hear that you have a past, then they're not mature enough to be dating you.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yeah.
also don't want to be forcing yourself into a conversation that may bring up a lot of things. So it's just
Yeah.
see how it goes. And it fits into the whole feel how you like, just observe how you feel. And if it's the right moment, then talk about it, but don't force the conversation. So the advice of don't bring it up is stupid. It's just no. If it feels like it has to come
Yeah.
up, it has to come up.
Especially since it usually is like accompanied by you don't want to scare them away right away, or you don't want them to get the wrong impression, and you don't want it, like I feel like it's just ridiculous. It's who you are. You can't avoid it. And if they're not 100% with you because of this one thing or because a few things, then you want to know it as soon as possible, and you don't want to have to go through the whole tiring process of going on date after date, and then like only after 5 or 6, 7 dates discover that they don't want to date someone with a kid, or they don't want to date someone who wants to get married right away, or they don't want to date someone who's divorced, or whatever it is. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and mm-hmm.
I agree. I was thinking about this other client who's been separated from his wife for 2 years now, and the divorce still isn't final, only because 20+ year marriage, like divorces are messy and things like that. And so he's kind of not having trouble, but he's a very handsome guy. I don't have any worries about him dating anyone. But some women are saying, I don't want to be dating somebody who's not divorced yet. And if they are blocking at this when, they're not looking for deeper information of how long have you guys been separated,
Yeah.
issue aware that you're dating, because it could always be a lie. And if people put barriers up without going deeper, it's fine. There is no judgment. It's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
think of it yourself of just, well, is this a type of person that I really want? And we all have, as I said, our values and our boundaries, and I agree those are two different things. Of the value is close to our heart, and the boundary can just kind of like be further away but still be very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you want to listen to all of that, and the whole, yeah, but what if they don't like me? Well, then they don't like you. And and I know it's cliche, it's uncomfortable advice, it's uncomfortable talk, because the result of what if they don't like me is I'm still going to be alone. You don't want to be with somebody who doesn't like you for a couple of years and then start over in 2 years. You want to avoid yourself that suffering.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that went really like that went fast. Very.
Yeah. Should we dive into a couple more, or?
Yeah. I love this.
Okay. Perfect. Me too. I love it. I love debunking dating advice.